everybody. My Scribian is here. I'm going to talk about real estate today. And topic is that I want to cover because recently a lot of people call me about, buying a house or selling their house, especially selling their house because I live in California. Those of you who are following me for a while, you guys know I'm in real estate and insurance business for over 22 years. And recently, a lot of people do sell their properties and move out of California. And a lot of times the topic comes, this is the price of my house. And of course, this is the customer's opinion. And every customer that wants to sell their property, they always think it's this price, which is higher than what the market does usually. So today I want to talk to you guys about what it takes and how to price your house properly with the help of professional agent. So if you don't have an agent, you are welcome to get hold of me. I'll be happy to do all this for you and make sure your house gets sold. But sometimes, customers, they want to sell their house on their own. There is a thing called for sale by owner. Do I recommend that? Not really, because I believe every transaction that you sell it with professional agent will get you highest price in most cases. And most importantly, you will go through the transaction proper way, so later on you don't have any legal issues. That's what a lot of customers or homeowners don't understand, because agents like me, we deal with these transactions on daily and weekly basis, so we have a lot of experience. But when you're selling your house, probably that's the first time you're going to do it, so there's a lot of steps you might skip or you might do it incorrectly, which is going to end up costing you more money later on and more health legal issues in the future. So to avoid that, price it with the right agent. You need help, I'll be happy to assist you. But let's cover a couple of points, what I recommend if you're thinking to sell your house. First of all, understanding today's market trends. The statewide median house price is hovering around $884,000, up from earlier this year. Through the growth has moderated recently. Markets are cooling in some regions, which is very true. We all can see, especially in California, some areas prices are plateau. In some areas, they keep dropping. That's why we see a lot of price cuts. So you want to make sure we understand today's market. Number two, perform comparative market analysis. What I say is, when I sell a property or I'm putting a new listing, I'm very careful to make sure I do my due diligence correctly and analyze that specific properly, what's going on in that market, in that zip code, and I make sure I pull off anywhere from 5 to 12 comps to make sure I'm going to price this property correctly. Because if you don't, it's going to backfire you and you have no choice but do a price cut. And that's really attractive for the buyers, but they use that against you. So you want to make sure from the beginning you price the house correctly. And that's what I do for my clients. So analyze recently sold comps, homes similar in the same size, features, and location. Usually I don't go more than 1 mile circle. This is your best pricing strategy. And also I review the expired listing, because a lot of times people put a house in that area for sale and for some reason it doesn't sell, probably because they priced it high, it gets expired. That really affects you as being a seller in your comps. Factor in timing and seasonality. It's very important to understand. I believe real selling a real estate has seasons too. The best time to sell real estate, generally speaking, is during the summertime, because that's the most active market, especially in the month of May and June. At the peak selling time, it's being considered in California. Next point, position your price smartly. Well, there's two ways that you can price your property. Let's assume your property is worth $1 million. In today's market, what some agents do, which is my favorite thing to do at this market, is price it a little bit below the market. So this way your property gets a lot of attraction, a lot of visits and offers. That's going to lead you to more offers. And with the offers, you can kind of little bit bump up the price to reach the number you want to do. However, I keep seeing agents, but in most cases, because the clients doesn't communicate or they don't come to a same conclusion, they price it higher, thinking that I have a room to negotiate to price down. That's a strategy, but remember, in a slow market that we live today, when you take that strategy and people see a price cut, because of less activities of this property, not having enough showings or attraction, that price cut ends up against you. When the buyer comes, they're going to say, hey, you keep dropping the price. They think you're desperate, which that's the case in most situations. They even drop it more. And as an owner, you see your property is in a market, let's say, 60 days, 90 days, and there's no traffic. You end up, taking the offer lower than what you were thinking. So you want to make sure you understand the difference between these two strategies. And when I sit down with the clients, I make sure I explain that. Highlight the value adds and appeals, and make sure you, in a listing, go over and talk about the upgrades that this property had. Decide on your selling strategy. So you want to understand what strategy you want to take. Me personally, as an agent, I list a property in a proper way in a MLS, and also because I have a lot of social media followers, I make a nice flyer and post it in my social media platforms and promote it consistently. By the way, if you don't follow me on social media, please do so at MyCaribbean. So that's another point. And again, let's go quick. Pricing checklist. Collect 3 to 5 at least comparable solds within the last 60 days. Account for your home unique features and upgrades. Adjust the current season and local market heats. Consider agents, fees and closing costs. Set the initial price correctly to attract serious buyers from the beginning, and respond rapidly. That's one thing that I can say, that when I work, I don't ignore messages. I get back to them on time, fast, because I learned that's very important to run good business and keep your clients happy. Hope this couple of examples and points will help you to understand, if you're in the market to sell, especially to sell your property, you consider these factors. And if you don't have an agent, get hold of me. I'll be happy to do a free consultation with you and help you to sell your property. This was MyCaribbean. Follow me everywhere on social media at MyCaribbean. Share the video. I'll see you guys next time, and thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.